Failure is not the end of it all. Yet somehow we always seem to forget that. We forget that every time we fall, we can rise again. 7 times you fall, 7 times you rise again. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Hello Students. My name is Emmanuel Ajima and I'm still your host for today. As you can already tell from our intro, today we're going to be doing a little bit of a motivational conversation. We're going to have a conversation about the attitude of students towards failure. Yes, that's one F that you got that you've decided not to reset since level 100. That is what we're going to be talking about today. So today, I have a guest today who is going to be helping me with this conversation. We're just going to have a normal conversation. He is a level 400 student who is majoring in geography. I don't know how, but somehow he's majoring in geography. We have with us today Mr. Godfred Entry. Godfred, welcome to our show.
Thank you very much.
So today we're going to have a very simple conversation about people's attitudes towards failure, especially students. You know, myself, I am a corporate. I have a very terrible attitude towards failure. So let's start first of all with the most important thing. Why are you so passionate about this particular topic?
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. I can't remember way back in level 100, we were doing, I think, 5 courses. So there was this course that I used to help people about it. There was this confidence that, at the end of the semester, I'm going to, score everything and pass the course. Because a lot of people see it to be difficult, but I thought, this one, yeah, I'll kill it. So I can't remember the day before the exams, I went to campus and people are learning. I was like, actually, this one, they're down ball. So I was confident now that this one, I'm going to make it. And the results came out and I had an E. And that changed my whole life on the UG campus. So from there, I realized that I'm not the best. And there's a lot I have to do. Okay. So from there, I'm like my life on campus has changed completely. So funny enough, I told one of the TAs who have been teaching that course, and the person said that before he can help me, he has to take 2,000. Napari is my witness, I told him. So it was so funny. By then, like let's say for level 100, financially it was very difficult. And things weren't all that okay. So paying my school fees is a different, it's a whole story. Now you are coming to tell me to pay 2,000 just for a course. So from there I told myself that I will make it. No matter what, I have to make it. I remember when I was coming to University of Ghana, my friend said that, I've got to University of Ghana. He just said that you can't. I know you. Oh. You can't. And I can see that you like food. So I know Accra living, everything is very expensive. So I know financially you can't and academically you can't because I completed the same SHS with the person. So I sat down, I said, no, I'll make it no matter what. Completed, I came to university, I wasn't all that good. So just imagine, and I started and I filled a course, like everything was like, I wasn't having any hope again. So I put myself back and I gathered, myself again, and then I started over. And for now, by God's grace, I teach people in that course. And
wow.
That was last time people had A's and other stuffs. Of course, somebody was telling me that he would take 2,000 from before teaching me. Now I teach people for free and they are getting A's.
Oh, you do it for free. That's amazing.
So what I want to put across is no matter what has happened to you, whether in level 100, 200 or something, you can still make it.
Yeah. You see, we'll get to that part of the conversation. But even before we get there, the attitude of students towards failure, like, that E that you don't want to reset, that F that you don't want to reset. Do you think it has a root cause in laziness? Do you think that it is completely their fault, like, this is what they don't want to learn?
Yes, it's very true. I can't remember this statement from Aristotle. He said that in life, there is always a war before us. So that war is not just there to separate us or to prevent us from moving, but that war is just there to, see people who are so passionate to break it or let's say go beyond it. So in life, no matter what, you face obstacles. You should know when they come, they are not above you. That's one thing you should put in mind. The fact that they are in your line, you are able to and you are capable of overcoming it. So that's what you should encourage yourself with and face it. You can't run away from it. If you run away, that thing will chase you. So the best thing is confront it. And surely
You see, there's some courses to that. Some people say that this course, you can't pass it. Every department has that course.
Sure.
My department has that course, or statistical psychology.
Sure.
I mean, like everybody, hey, that course there. So it's not. Sometimes I think it's the mindset we approach these things
Yes,
with.
please.
Because when I was about to do statistical psychology, I said to myself that psycho stats DA. And then before I did the course, I told my mom that, so mentally preparing my mother, I was like, oh man, there's this particular course that, hey, they say that everybody has failed, so this particular course there. And my mom tells me, Mommy, you're not everybody, so I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
Sure.
hey, so I sat down, I'm like, no, I can't fail this course. Like, I have to put in the effort. So, in all my 4 years in the University of Canada, that is the one course that I can say, every class I was there, every tutorial I was there. I learned this course with all my heart.
Sure.
The results came and then, like, that was the only thing I was anxious to say. I saw people, I said, thank God. I don't want to know the rest. I'm okay,
Sure.
So sometimes the mindset, the mindset that we approach these things with, you know that this course is difficult, so your mind, if I get a D, people are getting F. What is your opinion on that particular topic?
Okay, for instance, I don't know whether you know about research method.
Yes.
When I was about to do research method, the same thing they told me. So I was there, my friends approached me that, Charlie, you can do it, you can be a leader. I'm saying, hey, I'm thinking of how to pass the course. You're telling me to become a group leader. So I took that responsibility. I started, it wasn't easy at all. I can't remember. The final thing was we are supposed to type 30 pages. I'm not good in typing. I used my phone in everything, doing everything. The results came, the course people are failing, I had an A.
Wow.
From then, I said to myself that there's no dull student or, let's say, weak student anywhere. It's our mindset. So we have to psych ourselves for excellence, and surely it will come to pass.
Yeah.
Because Plato once said that excellence is not a gift, but a skill that requires what? Practice. So if you accepted that this thing is difficult and I'm going to face it and I'm going to make it, and you have no option. In life, the reason why I think a lot of people are failing is they have options.
Okay.
You think after school, if I don't succeed, my father has something for me or that. We, for instance, we don't have that thing. Me, I've said to myself that I don't have any option in life. So it's either I win or win. I have no option. So if I meet anything difficult in life, I have to struggle and make it. You see, we failed and failed. Napari will tell you, we started a delivery business. We bought 2 motorbikes. We started everything backfired. So you have to sell the 2 motorbikes. He knows me. He's my advisor. Everything I consult him and he'll be advising
Guys, that's
me.
my producer, yo.
You see that thing. So in life, failure is just there to motivate you. I remember Donald Trump said one thing, that treat the word impossible as a motivation. If you see something impossible, let it motivate you so that you overcome that thing. People are saying it's not, possible. Then you let it become your motivation so that you prove them wrong. As simple as that.
Let's talk about the opinion of options. I think that is genuinely a very valid point.
Sure.
That people feel like, I have so many options after school. Like, I can do this, I can do that. So there's no concentration. I think that focus is very important. If this is your goal, you don't look elsewhere.
Sure.
Like, if, I want to do this particular thing, anything else you don't pay attention to, you don't give reference to. And that's another thing. Like, you put more effort and more time into that. So even on like that particular conversation, I think focus is something that we need to, even if you have the options, like if you don't have the focus, you lose those options. Because now you are chasing everywhere, and then you lose it. Like, you lose everything, So that's the other thing. But then let's come to like topics and how people, like courses and how people address those courses. Do you think that there needs to be a world where we tell people like, look, when level 100s are coming, don't tell them this course is particularly difficult?
Exactly. Because you see, difficult is very subjective. It's not objective because you see it as difficult.
Yes, someone would not.
For instance, I'm saying that this guy is beautiful. To other person, it's a different thing altogether. There's this course, critical thinking. A lot of people see it as difficult something. But me, is something, different thing altogether. That's it.
Like
So don't put that in mind that this thing is difficult and I'm not going to make it. Me, what I do is whenever let's say every semester, if I have a course that is very difficult, the attention I'll give it to is very different.
Yeah.
I won't give it a chance. I can't remember this semester, the course that we are doing, that is most, like, let's say, difficult one. We were going to write I read it just one slide though. So not the whole course, one slide. I read 6 times before going to write just an I. And when I went, I was just writing.
You will just write because you know.
And I saw a friend, the paper is blank. I was like, Charlie. You see, and what pains me is I wasn't good. And I psyched my mind that no, like the good I'm expecting or the excellence I'm expecting is not coming from anywhere.
Exactly.
It's within me.
It's within you.
So I have to unveil it. So that's what kept me moving. So don't see it as difficult. Approach it. If you don't approach it, it will go after you. Let's say you feel critical thinking and running away. No matter what, it's a UG World required courses.
You will come and do your research.
No matter what, you have to write.
Exactly.
So if you don't chase what is chasing you, that thing will rather chase you the other way around. So best thing, go after that thing. No matter what, you succeed. And don't have options in mind. Oh, say, even if I don't pass out. No, don't do that.
But
There's this particular friend in my who is so close to me. He once said that, he doesn't care where any grade he gets, like he's comfortable with it. We were there and they tested in that they want him to go and do masters in abroad. And the least he's supposed to get is 2nd class upper. Now, as a member, the guy is struggling to get there. He's in the team. So you don't know what the future contains or what has for you. So the best thing is do your best. You see, what keeps me moving is I don't see tomorrow to be better than today. If there is anything better I should do it today. What if tomorrow I'm no more?
This one is my shade, though. It's true.
You see, so if you think you are going to become better in life, what you are up to now, make sure you do it well. And it will pave the way for you. Never think you have option. Anything can happen. Like, anything can happen up.
Let's talk about your learning method. You read one slide 6 times. Gee, I can't finish the slides in one exam. So you read one slide 6 times.
Sure.
Do you have any learning tips? Like, do this, do that when you're like learning for anybody else?
Me, for instance, how I learn is so, like, in some ways, very unique. For instance, I don't learn when I'm tired. I will never go to the study room. So before you see me going to the study room, I've slept like, let's say, 2 hours or something. So when I come, fire. If I read, I don't get, I'll start over.
Okay.
So if I read maybe first line, I don't get, I'll go to lecture 2. If I read, maybe that one is comfortable. So I'll read and let's say get everything. Then the next time when I come, I'll make sure that the one I wasn't able to. So I'll be brushing through until I get it completely. So that's what others are not able to do. They always tell me, they're way sharp. I was, hey, Charlie, you don't know my route, though. If I tell you my history right now, you may think I'm lying. And thank God, I have one mate. We came from the same JHS with. So sometimes you come here and say that Charlie Godfrey was this so. So I always told them, Charlie, I'm not excellent. The excellence is within you. Charlie, unveil it. And it's so, that's it. So I'll make sure that I sleep well, then I go and learn. When I'm tired, I won't continue. If I'm tired and I continue, nothing will enter. Do you get it? So I'll just go and rest. And I don't have time for videos. You see, when it's getting to exams, I'll go to my phone, delete TikTok. As I'm talking now, I don't have Instagram, I don't have Twitter, I don't have those things. I just have TikTok. Now I just use it when, let's say, I'm, less busy or something. So I don't pay much attention for these things. Let's say you have TikTok, you have Instagram, you have Twitter, and you're a weak student. Having them is not bad, but know yourself. Subjectively, know yourself. You see, sometimes we like comparing too much. That's why we are not doing great in life. Don't compare yourself to this guy. It will help you. Know yourself and approach. So, like, you know yourself like this, that. Oh, I'm no good, so I'm supposed to read more.
It's more extra effort.
So if the person is roaming about, Charlie, that's not your concern. You sit down and you read. For instance, when let's say when we are having exams and I go to the study room and my friends are learning and I'm tired, I won't learn. I'll be roaming about. You may take me.
You've not learned.
Sure. So you'll be doing the same. Charlie, it will affect you. So know yourself, approach it in such manner, and it will help. And last thing is my history. My history keeps me going. I know that I'm no good. In my house, when they are talking about academician or let's say those who are good in academics, I won't come third, I won't come fourth, I won't come 10 cry, I remember. Do you get it? So that one is a big challenge to me. I always see that, and that thing will portray to me that, Charlie, you are nobody, you have to become somebody. You see, because looking at my brother, he might, Charlie, you're shocked. So I have to, put in much effort so that I'll be able to, complete the school that people thought, I won't be able to. Do you get it? So I started with, when the results came level 100, everything, I think 2.7 or something, I was down. And now, by God's grace, I almost in where I desired to be. I'm just waiting for last semester's results and this semester. And I know miracle will surely prevail. So that's it. So know your history. Where I'm coming from, Charlie, is very far. And things are different. Do you get it? We are such people that if you want to go to our hotel, you can't go with this shit. By the time you get there, you turn into brown or something else. See? Yeah. So something keep me moving. So know your history. I have this thing. Oh yeah, Antiba. Charlie, don't be playing with the rich people like that. You can friend them, like Charlie, when they're doing their thing.
You have to know your background, know exactly what to do and how.
So that one keeps me moving. So sometimes my father will call me, Godfred, I hope you are learning, right? See, keep on doing good, or let's say learning hard, because there's no option left for you in the house. Because my mom passed on, that was last year.
Oh, and so rest in peace.
Yeah, and she told me one time, I'll never forget. She told me that, Godfred, never think you have any property in mind that, let's say I'm not there or your father is not there, you come to take. And that thing, I will never forget it. So that it keeps me moving. Charlie, I have no option. No. There's no property, there's no company, there's no
option.
Land.
Like, just focus.
That's it. So I have no option than to learn hard and become who I want to become. You see, so these are some of the things that helps me in learning. It's not like it's a magic something.
Yeah,
Aristotle said one thing, that falling is not failure, but failure is when you remain where you are falling. So when you fall, you just rise up. You see, nobody is good though. For instance, Naperi and they all have some similar stories. So we just back up. You see, so you feel, Charlie,
you get up.
You tell yourself it's not the end of it. Then you move on, and I think God will make a way.
All right. Thank you so much. So much for joining us, Godfred. This has been an amazing conversation. Sure. Thank you guys for joining us, guys. Today we have spoken so much and in so much detail. We've talked about focus. We've talked about knowing yourself and knowing your learning mechanisms and how and what is going to help you. We've talked about knowing your background and where you're from. But then lastly, we've talked about how no matter what the barrier is, no matter what the blockade is, you need to understand and appreciate that these things will happen, and you need to be able to work it up for yourself. It has been an amazing session. So this is just a conversation. This is just a motivation to you out there that we get it. It gets hard. It gets difficult. We know, we understand. But that is not the end of it all. Get up, write that receipt, honestly do it. Learn that course that they are saying is extremely difficult. Take that extra time to read on it, take that extra time to learn it. And surely you will get your B or your A. You will definitely pass that course. Thank you so much for joining us once again. This has been Hello Students. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment under. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us who you want to see here, and we'll be sure to do it. My name is Emanuela Jima, and it's been amazing having you.